...206 videos, 149 shorts, 13 live stream, growth of 470.25 was an adventure. Let's talk about that. We started off the year by installing a $345 eBay exhaust system on my V4 Street Fighter and getting the reactions from my friends.
World doesn't sound so deep, right? How's it deeper? Oh yeah, it's warm.
And their reactions did not disappoint. Next, Mike and I went on a road trip to attend the AIM Expo down in Las Vegas, where we met some incredible people along with industry leaders and our friends from Vortek Racing, Josh and Caleb, and Robert from EBC. And shortly after we got back,
in this area,
Robert from EBC Brakes hit us up to send us some brakes for us to test, which we had fun doing, as you can see here.
it's gonna be fun. Dude, those are probably hot.
And here's some notable strange shorts that we had.
What are we doing? I don't. Okay, well, wow. What? That's how we navigate turn lanes, I guess. Yep, that's just how we do. Okay. Maybe I can safely get into a turn lane here. Please, nobody hit me head on. All right. Woohoo! Victory! What is that? We got a fast mover. Oh, damn! All right. Hey, Tim, do a dance.
And what do we say when somebody says that your life is a train wreck? Choo-choo, all aboard. No.
And then we can't forget about some of our highest performing videos, which were the V2 Multistrada and Panigale. A huge thank you goes out to So Cycles for allowing us that opportunity. And then Mike and I got to hit the track a number of times this year.
Sharon, we've got
thanks
5
to our
questions
friends
for him.
over at Vortek Racing, we got to attend some Moto America races, both at the Ridge and down at Laguna Seca. Now, it was through these opportunities attending Moto America races where we met Jeremy and Shayna, and after meeting them, we both share a passion for helping people. And that's where we came up with the podcast, Mental Health and Motorcycles. Now, with motorcycles and mental health, we are hoping that we're going to be able to connect with more people by being able to talk about Moto America, motorcycle racing, and obviously mental health. And going into 2026, we're looking to expand on everything that we've already been doing. But we're going racing next year. We're working on acquiring a couple super sport level motorcycles. Within the Ducati lineup, we're leaning more towards the Panigale V2. We're going to be working with WIMRA, our local motorcycle racing organization, to be able to bring you along for the entire journey, from volunteering at the track to racing. We're also looking to partner with some of our local track day organizations so that we can get some one-on-one coaching, as well as we're going down to the AIM Expo in Anaheim, California, where while we're down there, we're hoping that we're going to be able to meet up with Jeremy and the Remix Racing team for some one-on-one coaching down at either Button Willow or Thunder Hill. There's all up in the air a little bit based on availability. But we hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you're sticking around for the podcast, we'll see you in the comment section. And until next time, catch you on the next ride.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4,
wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication.
rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you want to be. Step 4,
wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's the day. Wake up. The time, yeah, that's how you make all you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration.
...206 videos, 149 shorts, 44 long form, 13 live streams, and a growth of 476 subscribers. 2025 was an adventure. Let's talk about that. We started off the year by installing a $345 eBay exhaust system on my V4 Street Fighter and getting the reactions from my friends.
World doesn't sound so deep, right? How is it deeper? Oh yeah, it's warm.
And their reactions did not disappoint. Next, Mike and I went on a road trip to attend the AIM Expo down in Las Vegas, where we met some incredible people along with industry leaders and our friends from Vortek Racing, Josh and Caleb, and Robert from EBC Brakes. And right before we left, we got to meet with the Alpine Stars guys else. And shortly after we got back,
in this area.
Robert from EBC Brakes hit us up to send us some brakes for us to test, which we had fun doing, as you can see here.
It's gonna be fun. Dude, those are probably hot.
And here's some notable strange shorts that we had.
What are we doing? I don't... Okay, well, wow. What? That's how we navigate turn lanes, I guess. Yep, that's just how we do. Okay. Maybe I can safely get into a turn lane here. Please, nobody hit me head on. All right. Woohoo! Victory! What is that? We got a fast mover. Oh, damn!
All right. Hey Tim, do a dance.
And what do we say when somebody says that your life is a train wreck? Choo choo, all aboard. No.
And then we can't forget about some of our highest performing videos, which were the V2 Multistrada and Panigale. A huge thank you goes out to So Cycles for allowing us that opportunity. And then Mike and I got to hit the track a number of times this year. And
We've got
thanks
five
to our
questions
friends
for 'em.
over at Vortek Racing, we got to attend some Moto America races, both at the Ridge and down in Laguna Seca. Now, it was through these opportunities attending Moto America races where we met Jeremy and Shayna, and after meeting them, we both share a passion for helping people. And that's where we came up with the podcast, Mental Health and Motorcycles. Now, with motorcycles and mental health, we are hoping that we're going to be able to connect with more people by being able to talk about Moto America, motorcycle racing, and obviously mental health. And going into 2026, we're looking to expand on everything that we've already been doing. But we're going racing next year. We're working on acquiring a couple super sport level motorcycles. Within the Ducati lineup, we're leaning more towards the Panigale V2. We're going to be working with WIMRA, our local motorcycle racing organization, to be able to bring you along for the entire journey, from volunteering at the track to racing. We're also looking to partner with some of our local track day organizations so that we can get some one-on-one coaching, as well as we're going down to the AIM Expo in Anaheim, California, where while we're down there, we're hoping that we're going to be able to meet up with Jeremy and the Remix Racing team for some one-on-one coaching down at either Button Willow or Thunder Hill. There's all up in the air a little bit based on availability. But we hope that you enjoyed this video.
every time we'd bring it back in, we would repair it with a more durable repair. And we were certain every time that we went back out on track that that repair would hold. And then I'd get back in to the pit and we blew it out again. And each time the hole was getting bigger. But we learned from each one. We kept improving the
Can you elaborate on her? Because I'm not familiar with her. I want to know more. So be her ambassador. Tell us.
Yeah, I absolutely take my inspiration and a lot of my resilience from hers. Um, but I do know that a lot of what we talk about is, the crashes and the hardships and all those things, that the challenges are, you, as you said, setbacks. But how do you personally celebrate your wins? Like, how do you make sure that what we're doing, that you yourself know, hey, you know what, at the end of the day, I did well. I did my best. How do you celebrate that, Jeremy?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I remember one of my just make the grid, have fun, be as competitive as we can, and make sure that we're bringing the Remix Racing Project message with us, right? That we're bringing our message of hope and resilience and mental health awareness onto the big stage. That was about it. And we ended up getting out there and finding out that we can really compete, and scored our first championship points in that first round. And I remember just how incredibly like profound that moment was when I got into Parc Fermé and my team told me what we had accomplished. And of course, I mentioned a few minutes ago that Shayna couldn't be with us, and so I called her while I was still in Parc Fermé, and she had been obviously watching the feed and knew what happened, and just the scream, the squeal that came from you about that moment, and so it was a great moment. But I remember like right after that first moment of just really soaking it all in, just really being there about just how good it felt um, for what we had all achieved. Um, but then realizing what it took to get there, right? Like all the blood, the sweat, the tears, all of the planning, all of the training, all of the sacrifice, the ups and downs, and a lot of, I don't know, things you might call failure along the way. right? And then really appreciating that moment even more, knowing that those moments of success and victory are even sweeter when you know that you were willing to risk everything for it, right? And when you really appreciate the hard work and sacrifice that it takes to get there, and all the people that help make that happen. And yeah, and you know, we had a lot more of those experiences throughout the season. But that one was particularly sweet because it really let us know that that all of the hard work was really paying off, and it really set us up for, you know, continued success throughout the season. And even with those challenges and setbacks, we knew that together we were able to overcome all of them. And yeah, so that was a sweet moment.
Do you think, I think that all the planning and preparation that we put into the race team this year, we probably put double the amount of work planning into remix recovery and all of the things that we've expanded and all of the people that we've helped this year. And I think for me, aligning the race team and what we're doing in and around the paddock has really been almost identical in the reception and rollout to the public. Having 3 groups with, I think we're in talks with 4 or 5 other locations, 3, maybe 3, 4. I don't know exactly the number. I know we've got quite a few irons in the fire, different locations of new groups. Yeah, the synergy of both was just so impressive last year. I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of the fact that we not only spent the time and really achieved what we didn't even really set out to achieve, goals we didn't even know we could achieve last year, not just with the motorcycle racing, but also with remixed recovery. I'm very proud of both of those things.
Yeah, no, that's huge. It's so good that you tie that into this conversation because you know, a lot of people watching, you know, they tune into this channel, of course, because they're motorcycle enthusiasts, want to hear about motorcycles and racing. But the thing is so many of us in this community, we struggle with our mental health. And so I know that people watching, people listening can really relate to this. And we knew that we had a mission, we had a vision and a mission that was much bigger than each of us and than what we were doing on the racetrack. And really growing Remix Recovery, the part of our nonprofit that facilitates a network of peer-led support groups in the community was just huge. And the thing is that the same core concepts that make us successful as a race team are built in to our recovery model. We have sayings like avoid avoidance, right? That we gotta face the challenges head on. We say we challenge to change. So you know, when we're looking for a way to grow and heal, we try not to get too complacent. We try not to sit in our comfort. We try not to, you know, avoid the things that make life difficult or make us uncomfortable. Instead, we try to face those, but we face them together in this growing community that we've been building. And a lot of people who've joined that community have said that those are the things that gave them kind of the motivation to do something different, right? To expand their comfort zone by stepping out of their comfort zone, right? And these are people who don't necessarily have any interest whatsoever in motorcycles and racing. They might not even realize that they're starting to like internalize the same concepts and how they manage their life and their recovery and their healing journey that we do as a race team on the track, right? Which is that you can make excuses or you can make the grid, right? It's a different language in the recovery community, but that's the thing is you can sit there and you can make excuses and stay stuck. But if what you're really trying to do is move in a new direction, you have to be willing to do something different to get something different. And I think that message has really resonated with so many people that, yeah, you're right. I'm so glad you mentioned that. Our success in growing that community of Remix Recovery has matched, if not exceeded, what we did with Remix Racing on the track.
I agree. I agree. Hey, Tim, as we're kind of talking about our, our successes and the things that we've learned over this past year, one of the things that comes to mind for me is I don't know, Jeremy has his own thing. I have my own. But when you know that you've like completely hit it out of the park, what's your personal celebration? What is the thing that you're like, yep, I did great job and I am going to celebrate by doing what?
Man, so for me, when I know that I hit something out of the park or just did something really well, I go to my family, I go to my wife, and because being a guy, it can sometimes be ego driven or not look at the whole picture. And so I'll go to my wife and I'm like, yo, hey, babe, I did this thing, right? And like, was it as good as I thought it was? With the channel, watching it grow from, I remember our first 100 subscribers, and our first 100 subscribers, that was huge for me, right? It doesn't sound like a big number for, in general with YouTube, but that was definitely something. But I was like, hey, babe, like, we did this thing. Is this good? Like, how big is this? And she was just like, she reassured me that it was big. I mean, I actually cried. I'm the type of guy that wears my emotions on my sleeve. Like, if I'm mad, you can see it. If I'm happy, you can see it. I cry during movies. So when we hit that first 100, when we hit that, yeah, when we hit that first 100, we were sitting down at dinner, and we were at a buffet. And Mike sent me a screenshot, and he was like, dude, we did it. And I'm like, seriously? And I'm looking, and I'm like, I've actually got like tears of joy. And I look at my wife, and I'm like, oh my God, like we did this. We did this. And she was like, you're crying. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, is it that big? Is it really that big? It feels like it shouldn't be as big. Like, is this that big of a milestone? And she was like, it's huge. So when we hit, 1,000 subscribers on the channel, I was like, we did this thing, but it, like, it's not that big. And then, for me, track riding, right, is, I'm not trained. I have no coaching. I literally went out on track and just sent it at whatever level I was comfortable. And I didn't know what benchmark to go by. So I set a lap timer, and at Pacific Raceways, hitting 2 minutes isn't super big, but somebody was like, yeah, you'd be lucky if you hit under 2 minutes. So when I went back and I rewatched the footage, and I was like, I hit like a minute 50. I was like, okay, all right, like, that's good. But like, I try to check myself, because there is that male ego driven part of us where, like, we can easily hype ourselves up over something that isn't that great. And so I usually use my wife as a check valve, like, or one of my friends. It's like, hey, I did this thing, is it that great? But
Checking in with your friends and family is how you hype yourself up. Okay.
I like check myself, and like hype myself, like, I don't know, like, I guess I'm easily hyped.
Well, speaking about easily hyped, so next year.
Yeah, and I just want to say, Tim, I don't know what 2 minutes means at that track, but if that was at or beyond whatever goal you set for yourself, that's really all that matters, right? Because next you're going to look for sub twos, and the next you're going to look for more and more and more, and the more you set those new goals for yourself, the more momentum you get, the more you start to believe you can accomplish just about anything. And once you believe that, you start doing it, right? And so that's what we plan for next year, right? We like I said, I mean, we accomplished so much this past year, both with racing and with our nonprofit and with the groups. And for those who are interested in checking it out, the remixracingproject.org or remixrecovery.org will get you to the same website, find out more about the racing, the nonprofit. And also, if you want to attend the groups, we have a Zoom group going, and the link on it's Monday nights at 6 o'clock. And then you can get our book also. And remixrecovery.org, you can get a link to that. But anyway, yeah, we had so much success. We decided we really liked this class, the Super Hooligans, and so we're already registered for the full season for 2026. The bike is back down at Bryce's shop, getting refreshed and set up.
Bryce, BPR Racing.
Yeah, Bryce Prince Racing. So Bryce Kornbaugh, who's competing last season with his team BPR in Stock 1000 and Superbike, and he is by far the best motorcycle and engine builder on the West Coast and probably beyond. He's built all my Moto America bikes, and he's getting my bike ready to be even more competitive for this next season. So we're stoked about that. We've already got our whole calendar laid out, got our team set up, and our plans are to go faster and go bigger. And that's, again, not just on the racetrack, but the impact we plan to make with our nonprofit, both in the paddock with our mental health exhibits that are conversation starters to get people's attention. Because, like I said, even if people show up for the racing, they really connect with the message. Right. And so, we want to go big that way, both in the paddock and also through all of our socials and our new partnerships, including, like this, this podcast with you guys, Tim. What are you going to add to that, Shayna?
Yeah, you keep saying, we want to. It's already in the works.
We're doing it.
We have some partnerships with some incredible partners that we're not allowed to talk about just yet because the ink's not dry. But I tell you what, some of the partners that we have bringing on, especially from the mental health space, it's just incredible. So not only, again, racing and going fast, but also partnering with those in the community that can help more than just the ones that we are able to communicate to and touch. So, yeah.
I don't know if we can put a finer point on that, right? So, we have all the same sponsors as a lot of folks, discounted parts and rider programs and a little bit of cash here and there and other kinds of support from people in the industry. But we've gotten the attention of people who are in the mental health and addiction treatment industry who are so moved and impressed by what we're doing and the way that we carry the message and the way, using our race team as a platform to have these conversations, these bold and conversations about mental health and recovery. They're so impressed by that they want to be part of it. And so we're getting support from a lot of people who operate in that space as well. And you'll be hearing a lot more about them, and hopefully others will follow their lead and join us as well. And this really becomes a coalition, right? A coalition of racers and people who work in the mental health and recovery space to make an impact in a new way, a new and exciting way, so that we can reach more people, so that we can ultimately help more people. And and so I'm super excited about that for 2026.
Yeah,
I know that is so incredible. I'm so happy for you guys that all of these things have come together this year to really push everything that you guys want to accomplish forward. But we're going to take a quick break. We're going to an ad, and we'll be right back.
You know that rush that you get when you twist the throttle on your bike? Well, that's the energy we live for. Enter Dubby! Dubby! Now, Dubby's a sugar-free, zero-calorie powder packed with focused boosting ingredients, no fillers, no artificial junk, just pure jitter-free power. Mix it up in your bottle before hitting the canyons or track, and boom! laser sharp concentration for nailing those apexes, plus that smooth torque of mental clarity. Flavors like tiger's blood for that wild beast vibe, or Japanese yuzu for a fresh twist. Tastes epic, hits smooth, and keeps you hydrated without the sugar slump. Now whether you're racing on the track or cruising with the crew, Dubby's got your back. Grab a tub for $39.99 or snag the starter sample to test the flavors and use code DUCKFAM at dubby.gg for 10% off your.
And okay, there we go. All right, so Shayna, at the beginning of if you could go back to the beginning of 2025, what advice would you whisper to yourself? I kind of put you on the spot. Be patient, be kind, and overplan. I love that though. Like, that is like, it couldn't have been said more elegantly. All right, Jeremy, I'm going to ask you the same question. All right, because a different perspective. All right. If you could go back in time to the beginning of January 2025 and whisper advice to yourself, what would you say?
Advice is go slow to go fast, right? Take your time, take care of yourself, take care of the things that matter. Don't forget why you're doing this, and who you're doing this with, and what you're doing this for, right? I would say all that. But then I would say, don't sell yourself short. You're about to be surprised at what you can accomplish, and hold on tight because it's going to be one hell of a ride.
I love that. And that is pretty similar to if I could go back and talk to myself. And one of the things is never dream too big. Don't ever be afraid to go after something. If you got an idea that pops into your head, no matter how crazy it is, if it is worth doing, plan and execute. Just find a way. Find the people that you need to connect with. Motivate yourself and go for it. And don't ever stop. Don't let anybody go and tell you that that you can't do it. Because that is one of the things that I impressed myself the most this year with, was finding that yes in everything that we do. Just never stop reaching for what's great, reaching for something greater, something more, like something that you might not have thought that you could achieve. You can, if you plan out, you find the right people to support you. And if somebody tells you no, if they are your obstacle, find a way to get to a yes. And if they're not an obstacle and they just don't believe in you, well, they can move off to the side. Use them as motivation. Oh, you told me I couldn't do this? I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to do it.
Shayna has a saying, you were going to say it, huh? Underestimate me, that'll be fun. Yeah, the only failure is in not trying. So yeah, it's, all you got to do is throw your leg over, visor down, elbows out, twist that throttle and hold on tight.
Let's battle.
Well, Tim, I want to thank you so much for having us on. This has been such an incredible time. And, just for the viewers, next month in January, it'll be a whole fresh year, but we'll have some pretty detailed information on what we're doing with the motorcycles and what we're doing to get ready. And maybe talk a little bit more about our process on moving to the actual active race season, which will be coming up. And talking about the preparations. So yeah, I'm excited about next month, and have an incredible holiday season to all of the people that are out there watching. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and to our viewers, we know that we had some technical difficulties with this episode. We're going to get this edited and put out onto the channel. So during our audio interruptions that we had, you should be able to catch the full podcast posted later on this week. All right. So until next time, we'll catch you on the next ride.